Welcome to our Requesting Change of Status video. After viewing this module, you will be able to understand the following. Understand how to request an I-20 in My ISSS, and understand steps to take after changing status to F1. First, let's briefly review the pathways to change status. The first pathway is travel and reentry. The steps required to gain F1 status through travel and reentry is 1. Get an I-20 from UW in your My ISSS. 2. Leave the U.S. 3. Pay the I-901 CUS fee. 4. Apply for an F1 visa at the U.S. consulate. Canadians are exempt from needing an F1 visa stamp. 5. Re-enter the U.S. to gain F1 status. The second pathway is to change status inside of the U.S. The steps to request change of status inside the U.S. requires that you 1. Get an I-20 from UW in My ISSS. 2. Submit an I-539 change of status application to U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS. 3. Wait for USCIS processing. Processing times can take anywhere from 6 to 12 months. 4. If approved, USCIS will provide you your F1 status documentation. Once you have determined which pathway you will take, you can go ahead and request the I-20 from ISS. The request Change to F1 status can be found in your Requests and Documents section. If you do not have access to My ISSS, please contact ISS. Let's briefly go through what will be required to receive your I-20 for change of status. The I-20 request will ask you to provide information regarding your current status, such as 1. Which pathway you plan to go through to change status, 2. Your current immigration status, and 3. The date your current status expires. In addition, you will need to submit your biographical information, specify if you are including any dependents, and provide information on your financial support. Possible proof of finances may include personal funds, funds from family or friends, funds from sponsoring government, agency, or employer, funds from UW, or other funds. The request will also ask you to provide documentation. You will need to provide a copy of your passport ID page, proof of funding, a copy of the passport of each dependent. If you do not have a dependent or have selected 0, you can skip this section. Proof of funding is an important step. Students will need to show sufficient funds for 1 academic year or 3 quarters. ISS accepts bank statements, checkings and savings, certificates of deposit, and readily available funds. If you have a funding letter from UW, you can include that as well. These funds can be in foreign currency, but must be officially translated into English. Statements should show they have been issued within the last 12 months. Statements are allowed to be in someone else's name. For example, funds may come from family or friends. ISS will not accept stock reports or other non-liquid proof of funds. ISS recommends that you review the estimated expense report page on our website to see the amount you will need to show in your documentation. If you are adding dependents, provide a copy of the passport of each dependent. Please note, funding for any dependents will need to be included in your proof of funding. If you do not have a dependent or have selected 0, you can skip this section. After you receive your I-20 from ISS, you will follow the steps depending on which pathway you are taking. If you are following the travel and reentry pathway, you should plan your travel timeline. Apply for your F1 visa at a U.S. consulate. Again, Canadians do not require an F1 visa stamp. Then, re-enter the U.S. and present your F-1 documents to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Officer. If you are applying for change of status inside of the U.S., submit your change of status application to USCIS. Provide a copy of your USCIS receipt notice to ISS through the document upload request in My ISSS. If your application is still pending with USCIS after the I-20 program start date, please reach out to ISS and we will issue you a new I-20 with a deferred program start date. If plans change and you must travel outside of the U.S. before F-1 status is approved, please notify ISS so we can advise you on the next steps. Finally, what steps should you take after gaining F-1 status? After you have gained F-1 status, complete the F-1 immigration check-in in My ISSS. This is a request in your Requests and Documents tab. Learn the rules and regulations of your new status. You are responsible for maintaining your F-1 status during the duration as an F-1 student. If you have questions about F-1 status, please attend an advising session or contact ISS via email at uwiss@uw.edu.
Thanks for watching.